put the embossing ink through.
Now, just so you know, he thought this through. He's worked really hard to lay this out. So we're hoping it all comes together. I see so much,
so true, so much thought.
Forethought going into
Yes.
this. This is why his art is so fun, because you just kind of get to be free.
I never know what I'm doing before I do it, and sometimes I don't know what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Okay, so I have no clue now where that was. So I'm going to get a semi-big piece of paper to catch the excess. And I'm going to go in with Blizzard. So Blizzard is one of my favorite new ones. And it looks, for those of you who are looking, it looks like this. Now we're reformulating this, so you guys are on the cutting edge. You see the yellow stones?
I found white stone.
We're going to move them into white stones. So this will be a crisp white with grays and silvers and metallics. It's gorgeous. So we're going to go try to find wherever I had, and I'm going to do it the way I did it before. I'm going to just put it right at the top and have that magical flip where
This part I love.
I love this too.
I just go in, so you don't remember where anything is.
And there they are.
It
How
looks so
gorgeous is
good.
that? Now we had some stray, uncooperative embossing ink. So I'm just going to go in before I heat it and get rid of the excess. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put this back and then heat those.
If you're noticing, there is a lot with when you use things like the Emboss Dabber and the Versamark ink, those thick inks, they last a lot longer, so you have time to play with your project before you actually need to heat it.
That makes me so happy. It's so opaque. The
It makes
vivid
me so
white
happy.
pops so much. It's got the silver and the gray glints.
Okay, I'm going to try and go in close so you can see what it's doing, but I'm sorry for shaking.
And it's got this actually a real texture to it too, so it's got a rough texture.
Okay, I'm going to tip the camera, everyone, so hopefully you don't get nauseous. But I want
Now
to get
you
it
can
nice
see
and
in
close.
some of them are more white and some of them have more silver. Once again, as I said earlier, if I wanted more white or more silver, I could go in with a spoon and just spoon out the section that I wanted.
Can you see the texture? I'm trying to get it to focus in. It's a little bit harder. We're going to...
So this is still a little wet, but once it dries, it has some texture to it. It has some heft to it as well. So I am also going to go in with my Rocky Road, and I know
Okay, before you do that, just
sure.
let me grab
Oh,
this
you
for
bet.
the camera people so that I can get in there nice and close with them. And you can really see that texture start to pick out there. And it sounds like sandpaper. We can't scratch it yet
Yes.
because it will end up melting our fingers, but
Yeah.
it takes about a minute to get a full cool on that because we've got so many things going on. Blizzard is definitely one of my favorites. It's going to show up everywhere. That with Turkish bronze, you're going to see a lot of stuff like that going on. And the black, I have to agree. That black is so black, it's phenomenal.
So we're going to use the black, and you'll eventually see the difference. So I like to use lots of different techniques. So far I've used the stencil. So now I just want to use a more traditional way. I'm going to use a rubber stamp, and I'm going to continue with the theme of circles. And I have that stamp there, and then I'm going to take this one, and even though I can't see, I'm going to kind of stamp right there and hope that that's a good triad of circles. I'm going to cover that because I always forget. Put that there. I'm going to get some Rocky Road. I'm just going to pour some Rocky Road. I always work in contrasts. That's how I just create. So since I added some really light white, now I want to add some darkness. So I'm going to use the Rocky Road, and then all of a sudden they're going to appear. That's either didn't get enough on it or it didn't stamp well. Yeah, it didn't get enough on it. That's what I thought. So I like how that works. So then I'm going to put that away. You can see, actually, if you look close, how crazy is that? I mean, there's just so much amazing stuff in there. Crystals and metallic and the black and the taupe and the rocks, and yeah, that's good stuff. And
Oh,
cap it,
thank you, Laura.
and then put that heat on. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. And then I'm going to just do one more thing here. I feel like this needs a word. I love text in my pieces. So sometimes people have a hard time choosing, but I'm going to ask somebody in the audience to choose. So if you could choose anybody, whoever says it first gets it. So
Rebel.
Rebel, okay. I can use that too. That's a detail stamp. So I'll use that, and I'll use the word rebel. Rebel. Why'd you pick that one?
It jumped right off the
Okay.
page, so I just kind of went with what my
Okay.
gut saw first.
Nice, okay. So first we're going to use this one. We're going to use this one as a little bit of random background. So we're going to just do that. These are my new stamps from Impression Obsession. So we're just going to add,
Yes, and
with really
I want
not
to give a
even
quick shout out to Impression
be
Obsession.
able to see.
Their stamps have been phenomenal. Just they're a great company, and I hope you guys go check out the Seth ones that they have launched because they are awesome.
And we're going to use the eclipse. No. Let's use white cloud.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Okay,
good.
so
I'm
what's
like-
really interesting about embossing powders is that when you look at them in the jar, it's not always exactly what you get. During the melt, certain things happen. So I look at that next to that white, and this looks sort of a lot more eggshelly. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens when I actually pour it on. I have no clue where I put that other stuff, so let's just
Start at one
do
corner.
our usual thing. And remember, I just put from this stamp, this is Chinese calligraphy, overlapping and overlapping, Chinese characters. I have no idea what it's going to look like, and that excites me. So let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you can see all those elements there. Put it back in there.
I'd say give it a good flick off the back too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna work it.
We're gonna flick it. So for those who say don't flick it, flick it.
But there's some excess here, so I'm just gonna take the artist prerogative to sort of break it up a little bit.
Oh no! My phone just
Did you
died.
lose? And now this is gonna be white cloud. Let's see what happens.
Phone? Mine just died.
Yeah, so even though it looks sort of eggshell, it really turns into a bright white.
Video back. Can you plug it in? It's inside the black bag, I think. Inside a bag.
Okay. And last but not least, it's everywhere like it always is. I'm gonna do some rebel.
Okay, sorry everyone. I'm right here. And we're back.
Okay.
We had just a little technical difficulty. Apparently I've been filming and photographing too much today and I died. Which never happens, so embarrassing. I didn't even see a warning pop up, so
And we're gonna go
hopefully
back
you're all
with
gonna
the
catch on, and
eclipse.
hopefully I actually get the original video. But if
Just
I don't,
hidden
you know
in
what?
here.
Tomorrow's another day, and we'll come back and we'll do it again tomorrow, so everyone can get the video back up on the website. Oh look, many of you are coming back right away! Yay! So sorry everyone. We're using Eclipse and White Cloud currently, so I'll get a zoom in now that I've got a phone again.
Okay. So we got a lot of stuff going on there. But we have the white cloud, we have the eclipse,
We're gonna go close to the
and we
white
have
cloud,
blizzard.
so everyone can see that white cloud is very different from the blizzard, which is down here, and the rocky
And that's
road,
Rocky Road at
is
the bottom,
very
too.
different from the eclipse, which is right here. And as it cools, it's gonna get more matte. It's still kind of wet, so
Yep.
that's why you get the super
little
glossy
shine.
look. But then it goes to quite a flat look. It's
Like
magical.
this.
Perfect, thank you. So this is what happens, is it'll go into this beautiful flat texture. So there's very low sheen, which is great if you're doing some studio